Give me pictures of Spider-Man. Hey, welcome back to Castburgers. I'm your host, Eli Halpern. We're in for a boring fucking episode today. We got a little bit to talk about. It's turning into a fucking news show because there's nothing else going on. I got no life. There's nothing going on in my fucking life. So I just read Twitter and Facebook, and a lot of people are talking about this Kyle Rittenhaus guy. More like Kyle Drawing Condo. If you, no, I'm sorry about that. Please unfollow, block me. Treat me like your ex-girlfriend. Kyle, of course his name's Kyle, by the way. So this guy traveled state lines to go patrol a riot. Ended up killing 2 people and injuring 1 by shooting them with an assault rifle. AR stands for Armalite, not assault rifle. Just for my California people out here, which is most of you. California people don't understand guns. And I've been in Texas for like 2 weeks now, which means I'm a gun expert. And you're all fucking idiots. I gotta say, I'm fucking sick of California. Never going back. You guys can eat my dick. I love you though. First of all, it's not a crime to cross state lines. I don't know why that's a big deal. And also, if you look at the map, it's like 30 minutes. I know for California people, you got to drive 6 hours to cross state lines. But if you live in the East Coast, 6 hours, you can get through like 5 or 6 states in there. And it's funny, all the people saying that he crossed state lines are also the ones saying, we need to abolish borders. So the kid was 17 years old and his mom dropped him off across state lines. And I got to tell you, if I had a mom like that, I probably wouldn't be like this. And everyone's saying that he's a terrorist and a white supremacist. And he killed white people. First of all, that argument goes out the window. He killed a bunch of crackers. That's white on white violence. That's fine, right? That's the least racist thing you can do is kill another white person. It's weird to me that people are taking so many angles on this. Like he shouldn't have done that, and they shouldn't. The people who got killed shouldn't have been doing that. I mean, first of all, yeah, he shouldn't have gone to patrol a riot that he had nothing to do with. But also, people want their communities to be policed by themselves, right? He was policing his own community. And anyone who says that wasn't his community, he drove 30 minutes away. This is the American community. If you're going to separate communities by cities, then you're the fucking problem. All right, so let's take a look at the 3 people that he shot. Number 1, in chronological order. So this pedophile, this chomo, if you will, throws a bottle at him, starts chasing him. Someone else fires a warning shot. Kyle shoots the pedophile. Now, does it make it justified that he was a pedophile? No, absolutely not. He had no reason to believe that he was a pedophile. Does it make it justified that he threw a bottle at him and started chasing him? Yeah, that's called self-defense. Person number 2, wife beater. Is that an excuse? No. He hit him with a skateboard. Is that an excuse? Yeah. Yeah. And I saw numerous arguments on Facebook of people saying that he had the right to hit him with a skateboard. Yeah, sure. You have the right to commit suicide, I guess. What the fuck? You don't bring a skateboard to a gunfight. It's not, what did you think was gonna happen, man? And also, I saw the pictures. It looked like he got a pretty good hit on him and got him down. Why didn't you fucking disarm him? Did you not take it seriously? Do you not understand guns? Do you not understand that they're made to kill people? Guy number 3, he was a felon in possession of a gun. Is that an excuse to shoot someone? No. Is the fact that he was pointing the gun at him an excuse? Yeah. So I don't get what everyone's freaking out about, man. Calling this guy a terrorist and showing his, matching him up with other mass shooters. This guy was not shooting innocent people. This guy was shooting people that were violently protesting, which granted, it wasn't his job to be there. But by the time that you have to defend yourself, it becomes justified to shoot other people. And I feel like this is something I have to reiterate for a lot of California and New York people that don't understand that those are the laws. In Texas, if someone breaks into your house with their hands up and goes, listen, buddy, I don't want to hurt you. I'm just here to take your TV. You can blow his fucking head off legally. You are allowed to protect your property. Now, protecting other people's properties, I don't understand why you do that. I think this guy just wanted to be a cop. Also, it turns out he was beating the shit out of a woman. I saw the video. I don't know the story there, but he had those cute little American flag Crocs on. And I don't know, she probably had it coming. She's a woman. Come on. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. His mom? Keep rolling. Yeah. You know, I saw the video of him beating the shit out of this girl, and what troubles me is, why would someone with such a nice mother willing to drop him off to go murder people? raise a kid who's willing to beat up women. If you hit women, you're a coward, all right? Unless you beat up a lot of other men. Then you're just consistent. So this whole thing in Kenosha was an uproar about Jacob Blake getting shot in the back 7 times. I don't care if he was a pedophile. I don't care if he just murdered a baby. Cops cannot just kill you from behind. Even guilty people don't deserve to get shot by cops unless it's to stop an imminent threat. And if their back's to you, that's not a threat. So the same police department that shot Jacob Blake pretty much let this other Kyle guy go, although he ended up getting arrested in Antioch, Illinois, and charged with murder. Which leads me to ask the question, why the fuck are you guys still complaining about it? He got arrested for murder. All right, Jacob Blake, that was wrong. Justice was not served. Kyle Rittenhouse, he got arrested. That's justice. What else do you want to happen? Are we just going to complain about every fucking crime that happens? Do you know how many people get raped and murdered every day? I don't even want to know. But it's probably a lot, and it's going to be a lot more if I don't get the fuck out of here. Basically, guys, just pick your protests wisely. Stop getting mad about every bad thing. There's a lot of bad shit going on. Get mad about the injustice. Kyle Rittenhouse, yeah, like, fuck him, but he got arrested. Like, what do you want? Like, the guy who shot the 5-year-old in the head. That guy got arrested immediately. What do we need to post on Facebook about for? I think I just need to get off Facebook. I think that's really the problem here. Ugh. It seems that we have several coinciding issues here in America, and they're being used as the same thing. And when you don't know what you're arguing for, they kind of all turn to shit. So we got the mass incarceration issue that's extremely racially motivated. And then we have the police brutality issue, which, if you really look at the numbers, it's not that much more worse towards black people. Huh? I know I'm going to ruffle some feathers by saying that black people are not that much more likely to die by cops, but I'll tell you this, they're way more likely to get arrested because a dead person is useless. A live person is used for slave labor, which is the whole point of the fucking prison industrial complex. That's why the 13th Amendment was made, so we can reallocate slavery to prisons. Now, that's what I think people need to be focusing on, is stop arresting and imprisoning black people by the masses and instead minimizing your cause by focusing on just cop shooting. Because the numbers, comparatively, who gets murdered and who goes to prison for shit they didn't commit or gets entrapped or pressured to take a plea deal, there's an astonishing difference between the two. And they're two different things. I mean, the Washington Post is pretty left-leaning, and even they say only 13 unarmed black men were shot and killed in 2019. Now, I have a number of black friends, surprisingly. None of them have been shot and killed by cops, but most of them have been harassed, which is arguably worse. I don't know about you guys. I think I'd rather be killed than go to prison. The whole prison industrial complex is so fucked up to me that when Kamala Harris got announced as like the running mate for Joe Biden, who's out of his fucking mind, the private prison stocks went up. Did you guys even know there were stocks in private prisons? What's the point of that? They're literally profiting off sending people to jail. There's been countless stories of judges sentencing tons, like black people by the hundreds, into private prisons for profit. And like, why aren't people focusing on that aspect? Why are you just worried about the few that are getting shot? There's a much, much bigger issue here. All right, let's talk about something new, something we haven't been hearing about for months. So COVID-19 deaths. It turns out the CDC just announced only 6% of all of the announced deaths were solely from COVID. What the fuck, CDC? What have you been doing this whole time? Don't wear a mask. Wear a mask. Stay at home. Stop fucking your cousin. Watch incest porn. Listen, I don't know what website I'm on anymore. And then you got people saying that they don't believe that statistic, which means they believe the first one, which was also by the CDC. What the fuck's going on here, dude? This is global pedophilia elite circle. That's really what it comes down to. Bill Gates, microchipping people. Jesus Christ. Elon Musk. I've been an Elon Musk fan my whole life, up until maybe a year or two ago. Now I think he's out of his mind. And he's testing Neuralink, which before I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds awesome. And now I'm like, you're not getting near me with that goddamn thing, Elon. So what they do is they take a small diode or cathode or something that ends in ode. Ode to joy. It's a little strand connected to a thing that these are very technical terms here. You're sitting in this chair, right? They shave off a little bit of your scalp. They cut a piece of your skull open, and then they lower this device with about 50 cameras or something pointed directly at that one spot on your skull that senses where the blood vessels are to make sure it doesn't pop any, sticks this thing in your brain, and then caps it. So you got a little piece of your skull that's not skull anymore. And the first generation, I believe, is going to be able for you to Bluetooth connect to your phone through your brain. But the long-term goal is to be able to solve any type of neurological disorder, from several types of retardation and blindness and multiple sclerosis and Jesus Christ, does it cure Asperger's?
Nope.
Come on. Anyways, only 6%. And also, dude, the whole fucking, you can wear a mask, but you can't open your business. And then also it's not transmittable on surfaces anymore. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense. It just doesn't, none of it adds up. None of it is consistent. And 6%, I think that's about 9,000 people total that have died just from COVID. The rest have been other, like obesity and being elderly. And 9,000 people, really? That's like 3 9/11s. That's like 2,773. That's 9/11 times 3. 9,000 people, though? We're closing on the fucking world over 9,000. Have you even seen 9,000 people die? I don't even think the number 9,000 exists. How about that? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's like what Italians do, you know? Like, hey, but what do I know? But, so, I don't know. I just think that you get out there, live your life, and go cough on some old people and speed this shit up. Cleanse out this is like the nicest type of genocide we can have. It seems like we need to have genocides every like 50 to 100 years or so. At least that's what's been going on. So why not just like, give everyone a fighting chance? Except for poor people. We got to get rid of them. What are they doing? Get your shit together, poor people. So it turns out I had a pedophile on my podcast. Ron Jeremy has been accused of 20 counts of sexual assault and rape of probably a lot of people, but one of them was 15. He probably thought he was jerking off. 15, my dick's 15 inches. I don't know, man. But what do I know? Yeah, I mean, it adds up, though, because the last time I saw Ron Jeremy, he was slapping his dick in the forehead of this, she must have been 45. Me and my buddy Mike Eaton watched him film a scene. And yeah, it was pretty gross. Yeah, I remember a couple years ago when I had sexual relations with Tasha Rain, the porn star, which I'm not bragging about. I texted her one time. I was like, oh, I just saw Ron Jeremy. And she just texted back immediately, he's a rapist. I was like, it's good talking to you too. At the end of the day, though, I just think no matter what your stance is on anything, I think we can all agree the solution to all the problems is to just have better people. And the biggest problem is shitty people. So I think we should just start genetically engineering babies to be better humans. Now you may be asking yourself, well, who gets to make that decision? And I didn't make the rules, but rich people. But eventually, once all the poor people die off, then everyone's going to be rich and everyone's going to be genetically superior. Ooh. And you have been watching Casburgers. Make sure to block and unsubscribe and unfollow.